Burkina Faso's intelligence just exposed a dangerous plot, a plan to throw the country into chaos and hand it over to foreign powers. The conspirators weren't just talking, they aimed to leak secrets to terrorists, fuel deadly attacks, and spark a revolt to bring down the government. This isn't just another crisis. This is a fight for the soul of a nation, a revolution in real time. Captain Ibrahim Traore, the 36-year-old leader at its center, has expelled French troops, rejected Western influence, and declared Africa's right to self-determination. To some, he's a threat. To many Burkinabes, he represents hope for true sovereignty. But revolutions face fierce resistance. Traore's government recently foiled a coup attempt from within its own ranks. This betrayal raises urgent questions. Who is behind these efforts? What foreign interests are at play? And what does this struggle mean for Africa's fight against neocolonialism? The stakes extend beyond Burkina Faso. This is a test of whether African nations can break free from external domination. Traoré, now the continent's youngest leader, has promised real change, but time is short. If results don't come quickly, his revolution could collapse like those before it. The battle for Burkina Faso's future has begun. The world must pay attention. In September 2022, Captain Ibrahim Traoré led a coup that ousted a fellow military officer who had failed to deliver promised reforms. While many expected more of the same, Traoré defied expectations. He wasn't there to manage the crisis, but to rewrite Burkina Faso's future. From day one, he rejected foreign domination, expelling French troops, shutting down foreign military bases, and challenging the notion that African security and development must come with strings attached. The people responded with overwhelming support. In the streets, there's a renewed sense of pride, a belief that Traoré might be continuing the legacy of Thomas Sankara, Burkina Faso's revolutionary icon. His defiance has inspired Pan-African movements across the continent, from Mali to South Africa, making him a symbol of 21st century sovereignty and self-determination. Under his leadership, Burkina Faso has taken bold steps like nationalizing its gold sector, recruiting local forces to combat insurgents, and reforming prisons, agriculture, and healthcare. This isn't typical military rule. It's a blueprint for true independence. But not everyone supports his vision. To the West, he's a threat. To many Africans, he's a hero. Yet revolutions face enemies within and beyond. Last week, Traoré's government foiled a major coup plot involving current and former soldiers, jihadist collaborators, and foreign operatives based in Ivory Coast. The plan allegedly included an assault on the presidential palace and efforts to turn military and religious leaders against the government. This wasn't just internal dissent, it was a coordinated attack on the revolution itself. The stakes are clear. Burkina Faso's fight for sovereignty is far from over, and the forces aligned against it are growing bolder. The question remains, can Traoré's revolution survive? This goes deeper than you think. Burkina Faso's intelligence services have uncovered a chilling plot involving the deliberate leak of military secrets to terrorist groups, designed to escalate attacks against both civilians and security forces, while fomenting rebellion within the army itself. The investigation revealed Lieutenant Barry Abdrahman, a military justice officer, actively collaborating with terrorist leaders by sharing sensitive operational details and troop positions. His network included several rogue elements: Kouriani, an active armed forces member; Zerbo Loco, a former non-commissioned officer; Commander Wedro Frederick from Burkina Faso's Operations Center; and Kabor Constantin, a deserter now operating from Ivory Coast. The ultimate objective of this conspiracy was nothing less than plunging the nation into total chaos, with the long-term goal of placing Burkina Faso under foreign control within 10 to 20 years. The conspirators employed multiple tactics to achieve their aims, including spreading disinformation to provoke mass arrests and fear within military ranks, manipulating religious leaders to pressure officers into joining their cause, and bribing local defense volunteers to undermine troop morale. Their plan was set to culminate in a coordinated assault on the presidential palace on April 16, 2025, timed to coincide with large-scale terrorist attacks designed to overwhelm the nation's defenses. This was far more than a simple coup attempt. It represented a full-scale assault on Burkina Faso's sovereignty. The critical question that now demands an answer: who is truly behind this elaborate scheme? Just days before the coup plotters could strike, patriotic soldiers and civilian defense volunteers, VDPs, exposed the conspiracy, leading to arrests in Ouagadougou while key figures fled to Ivory Coast, including the main suspect, Barry Abdrahman. But this was no ordinary coup attempt. It was psychological warfare, information manipulation, and outright betrayal from within Burkina Faso's own military ranks. Captain Traore isn't just fighting jihadists who control 40% of the country. He's battling disloyal officers, foreign interference, and elites who'd rather burn the nation than see his people-centered revolution succeed. To some, this foiled plot shows Traore's government under pressure. To others, it proves his vision is working, and the old guard is desperate to stop it. Because if Traore succeeds, this revolution won't just transform Burkina Faso, it could spark a domino effect across Africa. And that terrifies certain powers, both foreign and domestic. The real question? Who stands to lose if Traore wins? France has already felt the blow, expelled troops, cancelled military deals, and a clear message. Burkina Faso is no longer a French backyard. Along with Mali and Niger, Ouagadougou has quit ECOWAS and formed the Alliance of Sahel States, while turning to Russia for security support. This shift isn't just political. It's a direct threat to Western military influence, corporate interests in gold and uranium, and decades of post-colonial control. If more African nations follow Traore's lead, rejecting foreign bases, debt traps, and external dictates, the entire neo-colonial system could collapse. That's why the stakes are so high. Traoré isn't just fighting for Burkina Faso, he's part of a rising movement across Africa that says we will choose our future, our allies, and our sovereignty. No compromises. And if that idea spreads, the old powers will fight back harder than ever. That brings us to the elephant in the room, the United States. If a recent Senate Armed Services Committee hearing is any indication, Washington doesn't trust Traoré at all. The head of US Africa Command openly accused Captain Ibrahim Traoré of selling Burkina Faso's gold to secure foreign support, implying deals with Russia or China to protect his regime. It's strategic messaging, branding Traoré as just another corrupt strongman resisting Western influence. Yet while they call him corrupt, the US quietly props up other West African regimes with shady human rights records. So the deeper question is, who defines corruption, and why are only anti-Western leaders ever accused? For many Africans, Traoré isn't a villain. He's a break from a system that never served them. That's exactly why he's seen as dangerous to Washington. Today, Traoré remains in power after a foiled coup, but the challenges are immense. Armed jihadists control half the country, foreign pressure is rising, and internal betrayal looms. This isn't just a leadership test, it's a war for Burkina Faso's soul. Can a young revolutionary, backed by his people but targeted by global powers, build a truly independent state? One that defends its land, feeds its people, and stands with dignity. The revolution's survival depends not just on beating enemies, but on keeping faith with the people's hopes. Burkina Faso has become a mirror for Africa itself, a symbol of what it means to rise and what it costs to stand alone. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We are observing. If this episode opened your eyes, hit subscribe, tap the bell, and share it with your group chats. Want to go deeper? Join our community of thinkers and freedom builders. Thanks for tuning in, The Black Post. Until next time, take care. And don't forget to check out fresh uploads on the channel.